Hey there! Welcome to another fascinating video in our series on Manly P. Hall's book, The Secret Teachings of All Ages. Have you ever wondered why ancient cultures held certain animals, birds, and insects in such high regard? What secrets did they see in these creatures that we might have overlooked today? Well, let's get into it, because today we're going into the deep symbolic world of ancient creatures. Hall's book is full of insight about how people in ancient times looked at nature very differently than we do now. They didn't just see animals as animals. To them, every creature had a deeper meaning. Birds, fish, insects, even mythical creatures were seen as messengers, guides, or even as symbols of powerful spiritual forces. These meanings came from observing the creature's behavior where it lived and how it interacted with the world. And these symbols showed up in their stories, their rituals, their art, and even in how they built sacred places. Let's start with water creatures. Take the fish, for example. In ancient times, the fish wasn't just something people ate. It was a powerful symbol of fertility, meaning the ability to create life and new beginnings. It also symbolized transformation because it lives in water and can move through different depths, and water itself was seen as mysterious and powerful. Hall talks about how water was considered the starting point of all life. When people in the past looked at fish, they saw more than just an animal. They saw something that connected to emotions, the unknown, and the creative forces of the universe. The fish could go deep beneath the surface, just like our thoughts and dreams that we don't always show. That's why Hall links it to the subconscious mind, the part of us that holds emotions, memories, and instincts. Early philosophers like Thales believed life began in water, so the fish became a symbol of that original spark of life. That's why fish appear in ancient stories from Egypt, Babylon, and even in Christianity, where the fish became a symbol for spiritual growth and rebirth. Another sea creature with strong symbolism is the dolphin. Dolphins were seen as helpers of humanity. They were known for their intelligence, friendliness, and guidance. In Greek and Roman stories, dolphins rescued shipwrecked sailors and carried souls to the afterlife. So they became symbols of safety, transition, harmony, and protection from danger. The whale, with its massive size and deep dives, was seen as a creature of ancient wisdom and mystery. In some traditions, it symbolized the unconscious mind and emotional depth. The whale could travel through unseen places, making it a guide to the hidden parts of the self. Its songs were thought to be sacred and full of memory. The octopus, though not always mentioned, holds deep meaning in many cultures because of its multiple arms and ability to change color. It was associated with adaptability, intelligence, and hidden power. It could camouflage and escape, symbolizing the unknown and the ability to survive great challenges. Now let's head to the skies. Birds were seen as sacred. They had the unique ability to fly, which made people believe they could connect with the heavens. That alone gave them a spiritual role. Different birds had different meanings based on how they acted. The eagle, for example, was a symbol of strength, courage, and divine awareness. Because it could fly high and see great distances, people believed it could see what others couldn't. So it became a symbol of clear vision, leadership, and higher truth. You'll often see eagles on flags, shields, and royal emblems because of this. It also represented the sun and divine will in many traditions. The dove was gentle and calm, a symbol of peace, love, and purity. Their white feathers represented light and spirit, and in many traditions, doves were seen as messengers of hope and divine reassurance. In Greek myths, they were sacred to Aphrodite. In Christian texts, the dove represented the Holy Spirit. Owls were mysterious because they were active at night and could see in the dark. That's why they were seen as symbols of wisdom, hidden knowledge, and insight. People believed owls had the power to see what was hidden and were connected to the spirit world. The Greeks associated them with Athena, goddess of wisdom. The ibis found in Egypt was sacred to Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing. Its curved beak reminded people of the crescent moon. The ibis was believed to walk between the worlds, bringing messages from the divine. The hawk was another symbol of vision and protection. Horus, the Egyptian sky god, was often shown as a hawk or with a hawk head. Hawks represented sharp vision, swiftness, and divine power. Let's go back to the ground now, onto land animals. The lion symbolized power, courage, and the sun. Its golden mane was associated with solar energy, and its roar represented authority. Lions were seen as protectors, often placed at temple entrances. They represented nobility, loyalty, and leadership. The serpent, or snake, was one of the most complex symbols. It could represent healing and transformation because of its ability to shed its skin. It was also linked to the earth and feminine energy. The coiled snake was seen as life force energy, what some traditions call kundalini. But it could also be feared, seen as dangerous or deceptive. In many ancient myths, snakes guarded sacred spaces or hidden wisdom. The bull represented power, strength, fertility, and sacrifice. It was a sacred animal in many traditions, offered in rituals to honor the gods. In Egypt, the Apis bull was linked to fertility and was mummified with honor. The bull's horns symbolized the crescent moon and divine authority. The ram, known for its strong head and charging behavior, symbolized determination, willpower, and leadership. It was associated with Aries in astrology and also tied to the god Amun in Egypt. The horse represented freedom, power, and nobility. Horses were often tied to warriors, sun gods, and movement between worlds. Their speed and grace made them spiritual symbols of energy, control, and balance between wild instinct and direction. Now, let's not forget insects. Bees were seen as sacred workers. They symbolized community, productivity, and harmony. They were believed to carry messages from the gods and represented balance between work and spirit. The bee's role in making honey made it a symbol of sweetness, wisdom, and spiritual nourishment. Butterflies symbolized transformation, the soul, and rebirth. Their metamorphosis from caterpillar to butterfly was seen as a sacred process of spiritual growth. Some cultures believed butterflies were the souls of ancestors or messengers from the other side. Scarabs, or dung beetles, in Egypt symbolized the sun's daily cycle and rebirth. They believed the scarab rolled the sun across the sky just like it rolled dung balls. Scarabs became a symbol of resurrection and protection. Ants, though small, represented patience, teamwork, and strength. Their ability to build massive colonies and move in harmony made them role models for persistence and structure. Spiders were seen as creators. Their webs were like the fabric of the universe, interconnected and fragile, but strong. In some cultures, spiders represented fate, the weaving of destiny, and the feminine force of creation. And now the mythical ones, those magical beings full of meaning. The phoenix, a firebird that dies in flames and is reborn from its ashes, symbolized immortality, transformation, and new life. It teaches us that from destruction can come new beginnings. In Egypt, it was linked to the Bennu bird, and in China, the Feng Huang. The unicorn, with its single horn, represented purity, innocence, and truth. It was believed to appear only to the pure-hearted and became a symbol of divine connection and spiritual awakening. The griffin, half lion and half eagle, combined earth and sky. It symbolized guardianship, courage, and divine protection. Griffins were often said to guard sacred treasure or wisdom. The dragon had very different meanings across cultures. In Europe, it was often a symbol of challenge or chaos, something to conquer. But in Eastern cultures, especially in China, the dragon was wise, powerful, and lucky. It symbolized balance, weather, and divine strength. Chinese emperors saw themselves as dragons, guardians of nature and heaven. So, what does this all mean for us today? Hall shows us that ancient people didn't separate nature from the spiritual. Everything in the natural world meant something. Animals weren't just creatures. They were reflections of the universe, of energy, and of ourselves. Their actions, their shapes, even the places they lived in, these all carried clues about life, death, power, and spirit. When you look at the world through that lens, everything feels more connected. A bird isn't just flying, it's carrying meaning. A bee isn't just buzzing, it's showing us community. A snake isn't just slithering, it's teaching us about change. So next time you see an animal, bird, or insect, pause. Ask yourself, what could this mean? What message might it carry? Sometimes nature speaks louder than words. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to hit that notification bell so you know when I drop the next video. Remember to keep an open mind, stay positive, stay curious, and stay connected.